Hello, how are you everyone there watching me? My name is Teacher Joshua and I'm here to bring you something very interesting, something that is really practical, something that is really easy and very good for you to know. It is about integers. I think you have an idea about integers. An integer is just a number, a directed number, a number with direction. Here, I need to first remind you about the number line. Number line, that is a line which has got numbers, as you can hear, which has got integers. But this number line is made up of three parts. It is made up of three parts. It has got the positive part. That means that part contains the positive integers only. Positive integers. Positive integers start from positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4, positive 5, positive 6, and very many others. Then it has got another part which is the negative part. This negative part contains of the negative integers only, whereby these integers start from negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and many others. Then, as I have told you that there are three parts of this number line, there is a third one, which most people may think that which part is it? That is 0. 0 does not belong to positive. 0 does not belong to negative. It is just there in the middle, neutral. It is neither positive nor negative. Those are the three parts of our number line. So today we want to look at how we can add integers using our number line. If you have where to draw on the floor, you can use maybe a piece of chalk. You can use a piece of charcoal and get a good place on the floor. Get a ruler, draw a line. Draw a line. After drawing the line, then put the integers starting from 0. 0, then on the positive part, step 1, positive 1, then make another step, positive 2, another step, positive 3, another step, positive 4, another step, positive 5, at least stop at like positive 7. Then on the left side of 0, then that is the negative part of it, make the same steps you were making, equal steps. The first step, call it negative 1. The second step, call it negative 2. The third step, call it negative 3. Then the fourth step, negative 4. Then go on until you also reach at like step 7, which is negative 7. Remember, this number line of ours, those steps we are making are the integers we are talking about. If the steps are in the positive direction, in the positive side, then those steps are positives. If the steps are moving in the negative direction, then those steps are negatives. And thus they should contain the signs. These signs for a negative, you know it, it is like a minus behind any figure. Then for positives, you put a small plus behind any figure. However, positive integers can also be written without the sign. Any positive integer can be written with a sign or without a sign. So here we say that any number without a sign is always a positive number, is always a positive integer, except 0, which we have said that is neither positive nor negative. But for the rest of the negative integers, it is a must. They should have that minus sign behind them. So if you have got time to draw that, then it can help us to add. We can have this example. Example 1. To use a number line we have drawn to add negative 2 plus positive 5. Negative 2 plus positive 5. This simply means, or practical means, that you will make two steps from 0, moving to the negative direction. That means stand at 0, face the negative direction, move 2 steps. From 0, make 1 step, then add another step, stand at negative 2. That is what it means. Then, if there is a plus, it means that is a positive number, so you have to now change the direction and face the positive direction. So, after now standing at negative 2, that is where you have stopped. You have made 2 steps facing the negative direction, that is the left side of 0, you have made 2 steps. You are now standing at negative 2. So because the next number you are adding is a positive, that means you have to face the right of where you are standing, the positive direction. And how many steps are you going to make? 5 steps from where you are standing now at negative 2. Here we go. From negative 2, now change the direction, face right in the positive direction. From negative 2, make 1 step in the positive direction. I'm very sure you are now standing at negative 1. Add 1 more step to make 2 steps. You are now at 0. Add 1 more step. Those are 3 steps. You are now at positive 1. Add 1 more step. Now to make it 4 steps, you are now at positive 2. Add the last 5 step. To make it 5 steps moving in the positive direction. I'm very sure now you are standing right now at positive 3. So where all those 5 steps you have made moving in the positive direction, as it is said that is a positive 5, where the 5 steps stop, where the 5 steps reach, that will be our answer, positive 3. That means when you get negative 2, you add positive 5, the result will be positive 3. Thank you so much. This is very interesting. We can always use a number line when we are adding integers, and it becomes very easy. Let us try the second one. Positive 6 plus negative 8. Positive 6 plus negative 8. The first number here is a positive. If it is a positive, stand at 0. Stand at 0, face the positive direction. The right side of 0, that is the positive direction. Face the positive direction. And how many steps to make? 6 steps. From 0 in the positive direction. Count from 0, 1 step. That will put you at positive 1. The second step will put you at positive 2. The third step will put you at positive 3. The fourth step will put you at positive 4. The fifth step will put you at positive 5. Then the sixth step will put you at positive 6. Those are now the 6 steps moving in the positive direction. Then, what are we adding there? We are adding negative 8. The integer we are adding now is a negative, which means we cannot continue moving in the positive direction. We have now to change and face the negative direction, the left side of where you have stopped. Remember, after 6 steps, you are now standing at positive 6 on the positive side. So change direction from where you are standing now at positive 6. Change direction, face left, face the negative direction, and make how many steps? Make 8 steps moving in the negative direction. So from positive 6, make 1 step moving in the negative direction. That will put you at positive 5. The second step will put you at positive 4. The third step will put you at positive 3. The fourth step will put you at positive 2. The fifth step will put you at positive 1. And the sixth step will put you at 0. The seventh step will put you at negative 1. And the eighth step will put you at negative 2. So where all those 8 steps moving in the negative direction will stop, that will be the result. Which means that when you get positive 6, you add negative 8, the result will be negative 2. Isn't it very interesting? It is so much practical, we can always use it. Then we have also another example we can do. We have negative 3 plus negative 6. Negative 3 plus negative 6. Now I see all the integers we are adding are all negatives. Negative 3 and negative 6. So I'm quite sure that this time we shall not change the direction, because we always change the direction if the signs of the integers we are adding are different. But this time they are all negatives. Negative 3 plus negative 6. So on the number line, start at 0, stand at 0. The first number, the first integer is negative 3. Which direction it face? Positive, negative? Of course negative, because the first integer is a negative. Face in the negative direction. Move 3 steps from 0. 3 steps from 0. At 0, the first step, the second step, and the third step. That will put you at negative 3. But because the next number we are adding is also a negative, that means we shall have to continue in the same direction. But we don't go back to 0, remember? We have to start from where we have stopped. That means now we have to start from negative 3. Then we also make other 6 steps from there. From negative 3, make other 6 steps, moving in the same direction, because 6 is also a negative. So from negative 3, we can make one more step. The first step from negative 3, that will put you at negative 4. The second step will put you at negative 5. The third step will put you at negative 6. The fourth step will put you at negative 7. The fifth step will put you at negative 8. Then the sixth last step will put you at negative 9. So where all those 6 steps will stop, that will be the result there on the number line. That means when you have negative 3 plus negative 6, that will give you negative 9. Thank you very much. You are becoming so good. You are becoming so good, and I'm sure you are really enjoying. We can have one more example, or 2. We can do 2, because now things are very easy. We are now following the number line very well. We know the steps we can make, and we know the direction to take. So far we have already known that if the signs of the integers we are adding are different, there we have to change the direction. But if the signs of the integers we are adding are the same, then we continue moving in the same direction. If the integers are negative, continue moving in the negative direction. And if the integers are positive, continue moving in the positive direction. Yes, here we are. We have positive 5 plus 3. Positive 5 plus 3. Many would ask that why is this 3 not having a sign? But I have already said it that any integer without a sign is always a positive, maybe if it is 0. So that means if that 3 is having no sign, for us we take it as a positive integer. So it means that it is positive 5 plus positive 3. Where do you stand on our number line there? At 0. We are standing at 0. And which direction to face? Look at the first integer you are adding. Positive 5. Yes, it is a positive. Face in the positive direction. Move 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps in the positive direction. So I'm very sure now you must be standing at positive 5. Then from there, should we change the direction? Not really, because the next number we are adding is also a positive, positive 3. That means from where we have stopped at positive 5, we have to add other 3 steps. So from positive 5, add 1 step. There we will go to positive 6. Add another step, go to positive 7. Then the last third step, that will put you at positive 8. Meaning that when you have positive 5 plus positive 3, that automatically will give you positive 8. The last one, negative 4 plus positive 4. Oh, this time now the integers are the same, but the signs are different. Well, let's see which answer we shall get. Negative 4. When the first integer is a negative, of course you know where to face. Stand at 0, then face in the negative direction. And move how many steps? 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps in the negative direction. That means you are now standing at negative 4. But from there, which direction now to take? Should we continue? Not really, because the number we are adding next is a positive. We now have to change the direction and face the positive side. We are now standing at negative 4. We are now changing the direction to face the positive side. So from negative 4, 1 step will put us at negative 3. Another step will put us at negative 2. The third step will put us at negative 1. Then the fourth one will put us at 0, which means that when you get negative 4 plus positive 4, the result is 0. Wow, this is showing me something, that when you are adding integers which are the same but having different signs, the answer is 0. It means that you have made 4 steps in the negative side, and again, you have made the same steps coming back. That means you have to stop where you started from. This is very interesting. So you can even use that to say that if it is positive 5 plus negative 5, you make 5 steps in the positive, then change the direction, make the same steps moving to the negative, eventually you find yourself where you started from. Thank you very much. I hope we are so much together and you have really enjoyed. So here we can have this exercise. You can try it out. I'm telling you, it is very easy when you use the number line properly. So number 1 says, use a number line to add the following integers. Use the number line to add the following integers. We have A, negative 4 plus positive 7. B, positive 6 plus negative 3. C, positive 5 plus positive 4. D, negative 1 plus negative 6. E, 3 plus negative 5. F, negative 8 plus negative 8. Then we have number 2. Use a number line to clarify if the following statements are true or false. Use the number line to clarify if the following statements are true or false. That means here you write the word true or false according to how the statement is. We have A, positive 2 plus negative 8 is equal to negative 10. Positive 2 plus negative 8 is equal to negative 10. Negative 4 plus negative 2 is equal to negative 6. I repeat, part A, positive 2 plus negative 8 is equal to negative 10. Then B, negative 4 plus negative 2 is equal to negative 6. That means in front of those two statements, you see whether that statement is true or when it is false, write false. When it is true, write true. Thank you very much for following. Next time, I will bring you much more interesting. Thank you very much.